Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. So today I've got in a Rotary, it's their Rotary Regent. They brought this out maybe 12 to 18 months ago. I'm wearing it at the moment, it's got quite a lot of wrist time at the minute. Really nice watch. They sort of retail anywhere from the sort of £200 up to £300 pound, excuse me, which it would probably an extra few dollars. But yeah, I think the only problem you're going to have in America from talking to my American friends is that I know Rotary is not a brand that's easy to get in the States, but this watch is really cool. The movement is an 8000 series Miyota movement, so at first I was like, oh, but it hacks. Who knew? I was really pleased to see there was hacking on this 8000 series movement. That's one of my big bugbears with the movement, that and the fact the rotor continues for about 2 weeks. But when it hacks, it sort of softens the blow for me. So it was quite nice to see that, and also for a reputable brand to be offering Sapphire on the front and back, making a Sapphire sandwich is always going to be appreciated by me, especially for a dress watch. I think it just adds a bit more longevity to the watch, especially with certain watches. This one might not be the same given the fact that the strap conforms, but oftentimes if the construction is good, you've got sapphire crystal. Oftentimes just adding a strap, bracelet, whatever, it really breathes new life into the watch. And yeah, this watch is really cool. I like the dimensions and stuff, but I'll stop going on. I really hope by the end of this video you'll be able to make a decision whether it's for you or not. But with that being said, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys and girls, so this is the watch. As you can see, it comes in the usual Rotary packaging, outer cardboard box, and then you've got the green inner box. Rotary on there, original British design, yeah, usual stuff. There's pretty standard obligatory packaging you get with Rotary. It comes with a nice cushion, sort of usual inner material. You've got the stickers and stuff that I've already taken off the watch. I'll just pop the watch to the side, and it does come with a manual. No warranty card on this one, but it does come from H. Samuels, so I don't have a problem with if there's an issue with the watch. I'm sure there won't be. If there was, I don't have any problems with trying to get that sorted. And then let me just take it off the pin buckle so it's open. And then what you have is the watch. I was aware of this watch for some time. Finally got one in, and here's what it looks like. So the model number for this is the GS05410/04. Yeah, let me just give it another quick wipe. It's a bit of a dust magnet, this one, for some reason. But yeah, this is the one. They got a few different variations of this. They got skeleton dials. They got full stainless steel bracelet iterations as well. But inside, it's running an automatic Miyota 8215 movement. I'll give you a quick look here, and I'll also just bring up some information about the movement. This is the 821A. Excuse me, I don't know what I said before. 821A movement. The one good thing about this movement in comparison to a lot of the 8000 series is it has got hacking. It has hand winding, which is pretty standard. It's a date variant, but it does have hacking. So when you take the second hand out, take the crown out, the second hand will stop, which for me I quite like. So you can set the time really accurately, and then also you can gauge your sort of accuracy, because I don't have a time grapher, so that allows me to do that. Plus also just setting the time pretty accurate to begin with is pretty good. 21,000 beats per hour, 21 joules, Citizen Miyota movement, and as I said, 821A movement. So that's the movement. The construction of this watch is predominantly, in terms of the case, is stainless steel. So you've got a stainless steel bezel, crown, case, outer part of the exhibition case back, and the pin buckle clasp, all 316L stainless steel. The case thickness of this watch is 11.7 millimeters. The case diameter, I tried measuring at its shortest point, obviously excluding the crown, and it was coming in at 40.4 millimeters. Including the crown, it was coming in at 43.5 millimeters. The lug width is a bit of an unusual one given how it works, but inside there, it does come in at 12 millimeters. That does flare straight out to 24, so changing it out might be a bit of a problem. And the lug to lug, tip to tip, at the shortest point, it does come in at 48 millimeters, but given how it conforms at the center link on the leather strap. It does come out at 51.7mm, so just bear that in mind. But not too bad proportions, and it doesn't wear too bad on the wrist, as you'd have seen on the intro as well. The case back is an exhibition case back, and what's pretty cool about this, as you'll see, that's pretty standard with Miyota movements in terms of the rotor just sort of spinning for such a long time on minimal movement. But what's quite nice about this, you'll see lots of writing on the back of the case back, but it does have Sapphire on the back as well, so it's a Sapphire sandwich on this watch, because at the front and back. The bezel is a fixed bezel, and it's a mixture of brushing and polishing, as you'll see the brushing on the top, and it does have faceted edges that are polished. Done really well, actually. I do like the transitions. It's very clean, very sharp, very nice actually by Rotary. And the crown is situated at the 3 o'clock. Just a sterile high brush crown. Again, I quite like the fact they've gone for a mixture of brushing and polished surfaces on the watches, on the watch they've done here, excuse me. But probably a signed crown would have been good. But yeah, I don't mind it being brushed. The leather strap is okay. It's genuine leather, embossed with Rotary and genuine leather on the inside. A little bit tougher than I would like, really, but you probably break in over time. And it does come with a pin buckle clasp, which is signed. And I quite like the way they've done this. Not just a standard pin buckle clasp. I quite like the way they've done that. Very nice. The crystal, as I've already said, is sapphire crystal, and it is a bit of flat sapphire crystal. I don't detect any AR coating on there, but it could have a little bit on the underside. And the water resistance, you'll also be able to make out at the 6 o'clock position, is 100 meters, so that'll give you 10 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right hand corner. It's in and around 88.5 grams, give or take. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in a bit more detail. So what we have is you've got a minute track going around the outer edge. Inside of that, you've got applied battens everywhere except for the 3 o'clock position. Let me put it to the neutral position. I should have done that already, really, but there you go. 20 past 8 is where I like to put it. So yeah, applied indices everywhere. You've got a double batten at the 12, single battens everywhere except for the 3 o'clock, making way for the date. But it does have a border on the date window, which is nice. Just below the double batten at the 12, you've got Rotary printed onto the dial, and just above the batten at the 6, you've got Regent, 100 meters, 328 feet, WR, water resistant obviously, and automatic. And either side of the batten at the 6, you've got British design, which obviously you've got also on the box. But yeah, that's the dial, sort of like a high polish, sort of almost piano black dial, which is nice. The loom on this I'll bring up now is okay, given it's a dress watch. I'm sure we don't expect it to be amazing, but yeah, a decent amount of loom. Nothing to write home about, but nothing bad either. So yeah, sort of mid-range. But yeah, as I said, the movement is an 821A movement, so you can hand wind it. If you take it out to the second position, it will hack. Put it back, and you take it out to the first position, you can scroll through the date and just put it to whatever date you like. And as I say, to add a bit more juice, just turn the crown, and jobs are good un. But yeah, that's the dial, guys. That's what's going on there. Nice high polish hands. The proportions of the hands are pretty good. I like the fact the second hand is almost kissing. I would like to maybe been a mil longer, because I like it to touch the minute track, but it's just falls a bit short, but not too short, so that's okay. But yeah, that's the dial. That's everything that's going on there. And as you can see, the brushed bezel with the polished faceted edges is really beautiful, and has a bit of bling to the watch. But let's pop it on the wrist quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. My wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference, and I'm wearing it with two holes to go that way and about 5 holes going the other. So yeah, lots of scope for whose wrist it will fit, and as you'll see, it looks really nice. I do quite like this watch. It's one that sort of surprised me. I picked it up on a H. Samuel at a good price, because it's one that I was aware of for a while. I got it in a good price, and yeah, really quite a decent offering really from Rotary. But that'll now take me on to what I think is pants and Pukka about the watch. I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I think is pants is the leather strap. It's a tough as old boots really. I'd like it to have been a bit softer. A bit too tough for me. I like it to be a bit softer than that. I'm sure it'll wear up well, and and probably last the life of the watch given how much it's got to break in. But yeah, it could have done with being a bit softer. And also the strap options in terms of you're going to be really reliant on Rotary to be providing straps at this point, given yeah, unless you're willing to do a mod yourself and sort of cut out a bit there. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare trying to get different straps. So yeah, they're the two things really, all coming from the strap, to be honest, in terms of the leather strap itself and the strap options are the things that I think are pants. What I think is Pukka is the Sapphire sandwich. So you've got Sapphire on the front and back, and at the price point, you could pick this up for anywhere between sort of £200 odd, so $300 odd. And I think, given it's a reputable brand, having Sapphire on the front and back is pretty cool, to be honest. I like that. The movement, I'm not a huge fan of the Miyota 8000 series of movements, but the fact it's got hacking, hand winding, is cool. I know often they have hand winding, but the hacking is quite important. And the case finishing, in terms of, as I said before, it's getting all my fingerprints on there, so excuse that. But in terms of the brushed elements transitioning to the polished, it's done very well. And as you can see, it's really sharp in terms of how it's been done. Very nice. It could be quite easy to get wrong. And as you can see, brushed on the lugs and also into polished there. So yeah, really nice. I like the transitions. The case size, where it's coming in at 40mm, oftentimes of watches like this, they do come in sort of 42mm plus, so coming at a 40mm is a very good sweet spot. And also the price, given the fact that you're getting sapphire crystal, automatic movement, lots of good things on this watch. And a little disclaimer, I picked this up for half price, so I picked this up for £124, which I think is an absolute steal, yeah, given what you're getting. So yeah, the price, even if you pay £200, I still think it's worth it. But just to surmise, I would go with the sapphire crystal, the movement, the case finishing, the case size, and the price are what I think is Pukka. And would I recommend this watch? Wholeheartedly, I would. This one's a very good watch from Rotary. I've got a few in my collection now. Their legacy range is amazing. But yeah, I think the thing with Rotary is they're a bit inconsistent. They're either really good or not very good. There doesn't seem to be many that fit in that mid-range. And I'd say this is a very good watch, to be honest, especially for the price. Very beautiful watch. And yeah, I'd recommend this watch. But guys and girls, let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care, guys. All the very best.